What's going on, people? Welcome back to our Arsenal transfer news video update. Of course, here every single day to give you the latest Arsenal transfer news and rumors. Before we do start, if you could do me a massive favor, smash like on the video. We greatly appreciate you guys always support the channel. You guys always smash it. So big up everyone. Thanks for the support. If you're new watching this as well, we are on the road to 12,000 subscribers. So make sure you go down there, subscribe to the channel for daily Arsenal content. Let's get into it, man, because we've got a few updates to talk about, a few players we're going to talk about today. We're going to start with Eze. Eze coming from Fabrizio saying that after direct contact revealed on Monday, Eberechi Eze has opened doors to Arsenal moving clear way. He's open to joining Arsenal's project and attracted by this chance for his future. Arsenal informed on the release clause, details, and more. So, quite clearly, Eze wants the Arsenal move. He's agreed to join Arsenal clearly over any other club, it seems like, but it's still down to Arsenal to get the deal sorted out. Now, I spoke about it a bit about yesterday, how Arsenal are still looking, it's unclear whether we're going to pay the release clause directly, which is 6 to 8 million, well, 60 million plus 8 million add-ons, or if Arsenal are going to try and get a deal cheaper than that for Eze. I said this also, like, the risk with that is if we want to try and get a deal cheaper, fair enough, it's always good. But at the same time, I know Tottenham are in the race for Eze as well. And, it could come to a stage where if we're not careful, they could just offer more money. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be that case because Eze wants Arsenal. Clearly, he wants Arsenal. Let's not forget when he was 13, he was playing for Arsenal. He unfortunately did get released, but he always said his dream is to play for Arsenal. So, yeah, quite clearly, personal terms are not an issue whatsoever. And there is actual contact there with Arsenal, Eze, and Crystal Palace now. Arsenal just needs to get, obviously, this deal sorted out, whether they're going to pay the release clause or whether they're going to try and get a deal, negotiate a deal cheaper to sign Eze. Now, Eze for me is an absolute no-brainer. And what I heard yesterday was Arsenal looking to sign Eze not as a left winger, but as in fact another option for Martin Odegaard in that sort of attacking midfielder position. Where I believe we sign Eze, that's where you should be playing him. We have some competition there for Odegaard because Odegaard absolutely fell off a cliff last season, was not good enough for Arsenal, but the problem was we had no competition there to, I mean, we got rid of Smith Rowe. We also sold, well, we loaned out Fabio Vieira. So, and Arteta didn't really play Ethan Nwaneri there. He played him more on the right wing. But this is good. Yeah. Having Eze there would really get Odegaard to step up his game. And, this in certain games as well, you can have different options there. And Eze, let's not forget, playing a left wing, but it's good that this option is more and where it should be in a number 10 role, in the attacking midfielder role. That way we can get another left winger in, and then we add even more to our attack, which we should be doing. The stat came out the other day that we signed more goalkeepers than we have attackers, which is not because that's been the biggest problem at Arsenal in the recent years. Since Aubameyang is that striker, but in the recent years as well, we've always needed something else, a backup for Saka. We've always needed now, of course, another attacking midfielder. We've always needed now because Martinelli and Trossard have fallen off a cliff last season. We now need another left winner. So we need to get these attackers in, man. And Eze is an absolute no-brainer. I do think we'll get this deal done. I think we're all very confident we'll get this all done. This will be this guy ultimately elevates Arsenal to the next level. He's got everything that we've been missing. Bit of unpredictable as a player. He's got that pace about him. Technically gifted. Did it in the Prem now. But Stroke proved it in big games. You saw him in the FA Cup final against Man City. This guy does turn up, and this guy is a phenomenal signing. And this is the type of players that we should be signing. So, yeah, hopefully we're going to find out more about this, but some really good positive signs with Eze that he wants Arsenal. He's open to join Arsenal. It's all about now Arsenal getting a deal done in terms of the fee and release clause there. So we're going to get more about that as well in the next couple of days. But yeah, what about this guy? Cristhian Mosquera, of course, the Valencia centre-back. His plan remains clear. He wants to join Arsenal. Arsenal's project despite new contract proposal from Valencia. So they actually offered him a new contract proposal. They offered him a new contract, I think, with a lot, of course, many wages, much more higher wages as well. However, he says full focus on negotiation with Arsenal as purse terms are now agreed and a new bid will be needed after opening one for 14 million was rejected. Euros that was rejected. So Arsenal are still going to go back in for a second bid to sign Cristhian Mosquera from Valencia, and even with the new contract offer, quite clearly Mosquera wants Arsenal. There's no doubt about it. And why wouldn't you want Arsenal? Premier League football. Obviously, we're Arsenal Football Club, so yeah, I'm not surprised there. He's agreed personal terms, but again, it's one of those ones where I think we're going to get it still done. It's just whether Arsenal need to go back in for a second bid. Maybe it's going to be around 20 million euros this time to actually be enough for Valencia to sit there and say, yeah, that's enough, and then he'll become an Arsenal player. Of course, no defender, can actually play anywhere. I mean, played right back a few times for Valencia, can play left centre back, right centre back as well, so be good cover for Saliba and Gabriel. And a more younger centre back, 6'3". Yeah, what I've seen of him, I mean, he looks well established. He looks pretty fast as a centre back as well. He's got that pace about him as well, which is always good signs. I think the big question though around this guy is obviously it's good, definitely good for more squad depth. I know it's not really priority because we need more towards the attack. But the big thing for me is like when I'm watching this guy, how good he is. We know how we play out from the back. We know how Ante wants Arsenal to play. We know how many times, the centre backs are key to how we, progress the ball forward and play out from the back. How good he is playing out from the back. Does he get nervous on the ball? Is he one of those sort of wild defenders who can be a bit cagey on the ball at times? If he is, that's something he needs to work on, of course, because you want to play for, especially on the Arteta. We know how he likes to have his centre backs, and how you see how good Saliba is on the ball, how good Gabriel is on the ball as well. Mosquera's got to be similar, and I think he is going to be that. And you like to think he is going to do that. So, yeah, look at that still because it's going to be done. I'm, not fussed about it. I think it's a good signing in the sense that it's going to most likely be 20 million euros, 20, just a more younger centre back for the future. But there is other priorities needed for sure, which we'll talk about right now. So the striker situation then. Yeah, obviously made a video yesterday on, I've still got it here actually, what people were saying. Sasha was saying Arsenal in advanced talks of Sporting. They feel they're within touching distance of the finish line, and he's already agreed a 5-year contract. You had L'Equipe come out and say that he's Berta's hopes to finalise signing Gyokeres. The player wants to join Arsenal. Berta hopes to get a fee slightly lower than 70 million. And then you had Fabrizio come out and say this. So there's not been any changes over the deal for Viktor Gyokeres tonight, and Sporting asking price needs to be clarified before a deal can be closed. So he's pretty much said no, they're all pretty false. I'm still not gonna, I know Fabrizio is Fabrizio, but at the same time, some of the reports that came out yesterday, I think could have a bit of truth into them. I'm not going to write them off straight away, to be honest with you. I think there is, of course, genuine interest in for Gyokeres, and also quite clearly the player wants Arsenal of anyone else. But what about this one as well on Benjamin Sesko? Is this why the Gyokeres rumors sort of came about? Team news and ticks. I know a lot of people call this guy finished and all that, but he said that Arsenal are really struggling to agree a deal with RB Leipzig over Benjamin Sesko. The club is still trying to complete a deal. Sorry, there's currently no headway being made. And if we're being real with it, people, the past 2-3 weeks, this deal has completely gone quiet, hasn't it? It's completely slowed down. There's been no new update on this whatsoever. You had the little rumors about him demanding a release clause. You had the little rumors about Leipzig still holding out for their money, which may well truly be true. They may be holding out for a lot of money, and Arsenal just not willing to pay that. Maybe that's why Fabrizio also said about Gyokeres, the price needs to be sort of clarified before a deal can be closed. So, is that why we're looking at? Is this why the whole RB Leipzig with Sesko sort of slowed down a little bit? Is this why the Gyokeres deal sort of came alive in the past couple of days? Obviously, we don't know, do we? We're going to go off with what the rumors are saying. And yeah, Arteta is saying that. Well, everyone's saying that Arteta saying that he wants to strike him before pre-season. It's coming up. We are now in 2nd of July. we're not that far away before we fly away in Asia into pre-season. And our first game against Milan in about, what was it, 20 days away now, or 21 days away. So not that far at all. It does seem to me that much progress with the whole striker situation. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with all these people. It's jarring. It really is. It's a long, boring saga. And we want. I don't care if it's Chesko anymore. I just want the striker in before pre-season. Get this guy in. Get this guy ready, and get it someone nice so we can have a bit of. Even though we still need a lot more to do, we can have a bit of. We can have a breather in the sense that we finally got the striker in. As soon as it keeps dragging on, it gets so frustrating, doesn't it? But thank you everyone who watched the video today. Make sure you leave your thoughts down below and your opinions. I'll, of course, go through your guys' comments as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, people, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. As always, come on.